What's good with y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I hope y'all are having a great day. Before I start, man, I just want to say something. Y'all have no idea how much of a blessing y'all been in my life, man. I really just love content, and I'm growing slowly but surely. I appreciate y'all so much. People like Massive Gamer, like X Flight. I'm trying to know y'all off y'all names so I can shout y'all out more in my videos. But
me too, bro. I feel bad when I don't know.
But we appreciate y'all so much, man. So I'm not gonna talk y'all head on too much about that, but I want y'all to know I appreciate that. So getting into why we here today, man.
Get here to 10K before next summer start.
Absolutely, we hitting 3K before the end of this month.
That's been crazy.
Yeah, WWE just made a big mistake with the Bloodline at Crown Jewel. Let's hop into it.
So it's in the books, another massive event for WWE in Saudi Arabia. Crown Jewel was quite eventful, setting up some major things in the future with the Bloodline. Oh yeah, we have to talk about that. How could they do that? How could they pin Roman? Why did they do that to Roman? Well, maybe Roman did it to himself. We'll get into it, yeah. We'll talk about that and many other things coming out of WWE Crown Jewel. What did you think of the show? Give us your rating of WWE Crown Jewel.
What'd you think?
1 to 10? No cap. People might, I don't know. I'll give it like a solid, maybe like a 9.
I was gonna go 7 or 8.
I give that.
And like I feel like it did what it was supposed to do. But most of the time the Saudi shows be like nothing shows though. It's just like they're on a contract with this country, or like so they're paying you to come get them. So you go there, you make sure you have some matches where the big names are there. You go there. Now some stories were advanced, but usually Saudi shows are like nothing shows. It's just to get you from point A to point B, and there's little implications and stuff like that. So they made advancements in the Bloodline story and with other people, but it's.
I feel like what was expected to happen there happened. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you go, like you said, like it's a nothing pay-per-view. You know, you don't expect like a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam or nothing like that.
What was your least favorite part of the show? Let us know. Come on, got your fingertips.
That right there was funny to me,
This is Sports Key to Wrestling. I'm Kevin Kellum. WWE strategically
like
opened up the big event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, with a 6-man Bloodline versus Bloodline match. Roman Reigns having one of his very rare appearances in ring in an actual wrestling match with the reunited Jimmy and Jey Uso, though regretfully with some shades of are we actually back together, but we are back together, against the new Bloodline of Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga, with Tonga Loa at ringside. A match that was a match. Roman Reigns got in there near the end. He took a handful of bumps, did a handful of moves. They were all compelling, and he sold all of the legitimacy of the new Bloodline. As many people try to poke holes in it and say they can't be that, and Roman has to be this, and then Roman got pinned. That's right. Roman Reigns got pinned with a real dusty finish. Roman Reigns was pinned by Solo Sikoa. The biggest pinfall victory maybe of Solo Sikoa's career since he pinned John Cena. Yeah, that happened at a major Saudi Arabian event. Many people online are claiming they're angry about this. How could they make Roman look weak? But here's the thing. If we're supposed to build to a massive War Games match between Roman's bloodline and Solo's bloodline, what would the point be in doing that match if someone on Roman's side got pinned? Logically, the long-term logic and reason and storytelling purpose of this match would be void. There would be no point in doing another match between these two sides if someone on Roman's side didn't get pinned.
Right.
Especially if Roman got pinned. Now, Roman has a point of vulnerability. Now, Roman has something in his character that isn't the played-out, I'm Roman Reigns, I'm a narcissist,
right,
do what I want, acknowledge me. That stuff is gone. Calling him the OTC technically is getting back to a more fulfilled version of the big dog. You cannot be the hubris-driven villain you were before and be someone that we cheer, and then there isn't holes in the logic of it all. Corey Graves was right to say that it sucked the air out of the arena, and it should. It's a big deal that Roman got pinned.
A huge deal.
Guess what? Keeping Roman on a pedestal is just that. He serves no purpose if he's not putting anyone over at this point.
Couldn't have been said better.
Serve your purpose, and it's bigger than one guy.
Honestly, I got no words.
Couldn't have been said better.
That's the best
also,
you can say.
what would it have meant if Sami Zayn came out to save the day and Roman, Jimmy, and Jay won the match? What would the point be? Just another post-match beatdown with no real consequence? Wins and losses matter, and this loss builds to another big collision. And that's why Sami Zayn had to be inserted into that. If he came out in any other circumstance, his role would mean less as well. And a solid match, not the greatest match of the year, but a very, very solid match that was for the Crown Jewel Championship, a championship that will remain in Saudi Arabia.
Only thing
Cody
that caught me off guard,
to valiantly defeat
I didn't think Cody was gonna win.
General in a
Me either. I'm of the mindset that I would have gave it to Gunther, or I would have just did a finish where there was a no contest with maybe Owens or somebody interfering. But obviously, after the way they match ended earlier with them falling through that table, I guess it was supposed to be built like they both were finished for the night. Like when you look at the landscape and like the long term storytelling of like sometimes the Crown Jewel pay-per-views and the Saudi pay-per-views can throw a wrench in those. Yeah, because you got to put matches together to suffice for the crowd over there. Yeah. So even what you got going on over here in the States sometimes just. So I chalk it up to it just being one of those pay-per-views where you just gotta, all right, he lost, but long term it's like it's okay.
We all know it's gonna happen.
It's okay.
Yeah. Champion versus champion match. Now WWE put a lot of effort into trying to make this match feel like a dream match.
They did.
And it felt like it could have been, but I don't know. Something was just a bit off on the build. But once the bell rang, these two guys put on their working boots. And some will claim Gunther needed the win. Gunther needed the win. I'm bored of Cody. But Cody got some real reactions. And from some of you that are not in the internet wrestling community, he's still the guy. WWE positions him as the new John Cena, and he's kind of carrying that torch. This was a great match. It proved Cody can go in big match situations once again. And for those of you that forgot, he's reminding you.
He had a great match.
Also, don't worry. Gunther's still Gunther, and he could still chop all of our chests in if he wanted to. Another eventful and very controversial decision in terms of WWE creative plays into the future is what happened with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. These two were built up to a match that could get too dangerous. Triple H getting involved, telling Randy Orton, I'm protecting you from Kevin Owens. And we finally got this match with Kevin Owens, who's at odds with all of WWE, and attacked Cody Rhodes, and is just him versus the world. And Randy Orton's the first guy in front of him, and Randy Orton's mad at him. Well, they got into it with everyone around the ring, the referees. Kevin Owens stunned a referee. Randy Orton gave an RKO to Adam Pearce. This was nuts. Yeah, and then it ended with a big splash off of a barrier through a table. They didn't even get to have a match, so that kind of feels like a dusty non-match, not even a dusty finish. And this show already had a few of those, specifically over on the women's side. Yes, with Nia Jax taking on Liv Morgan for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. A match that involved more people outside of the actual match itself. Tiffany Stratton teased another cash-in, and then Nia Jax got upset about it. Raquel Rodriguez got involved. Dominic Mysterio got involved. And bing, bang, boom, Liv Morgan pins Nia Jax. The match itself was more of an elaborate setup for a big angle at the end. Now, WWE did the big rah, rah, rah fireworks, and here's Liv Morgan as the Crown Jewel Women's Champion, but the match, I don't know, just felt like a holding pattern for both superstars. In a four-corners women's tag team championship match, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill were very successful with an impressive Doomsday device, a la the Road Warriors Legion of Doom. Yes, planting Piper Niven off the shoulders of Liv Morgan. This was a really impressive finish. The match didn't get a ton of time, but it was effective, especially with that big finish. In what might be the match of the night, Seth Rollins is back in form. He's one of the best big bout machines, and Bronson Reed has leveled up. Now, Bronson Reed using all of his power and Rollins using all of his technical wizardry truly delivered something that was well-paced with a personal issue.
Yeah.
These two guys didn't like each other. Bronson Reed put Rollins on the shelf, who's been dealing with injuries on and off the entire year. Yeah. But this is really good. Use of the steel steps, something they've played with before. Played in here, and it took 3 big stomps to get Bronson Reed down. But at the end of the match, with blood flowing from his head, he still looked like he was ready for another fight. Yes, I know Bronson Reed didn't get the win. Rollins did. But he didn't look bad on the back.
He did.
And WWE made a point of that. Another great match was the United States Championship Triple Threat match with LA Knight getting involved with Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. The high spots felt big. Yes, Carmelo and Andrade might be the best cruiserweights in modern televised technical wrestling.
That's true, man.
And it delivered all of the technique and then some. LA Knight able to take advantage and get the big win. His championship and star power are sustained. WWE Crown Jewel was quite the eventful show. Maybe not the show of the year in the eyes of some, but certainly one that sets up a lot of big things for next month's Survivor Series War Games. Get even closer to just heading right into WrestleMania season. And WWE's promising a lot of big things in 2025, including the retirement tour of John Cena, and today confirming the retirement match of Goldberg. What do you think of all those developments, and what did you think of WWE Crown Jewel? Let us know in the comments below.
Alright, so cool. First things first, we don't care about Goldberg. Don't want to see that. Secondly, man, I got to get to a show this year because it's seen us last year. Out of all my favorite wrestlers coming up, I only have never seen Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, and John Cena. All of the other wrestlers I grew up on, I've seen them in person. Other than that, man, like we've been saying, the show was like, you know, it was Crown Jewel, man. But it did further some stories. A bulk of these matches were good, solid matches. I think Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins are obviously match of the night. But it furthered stories. It was cool. What y'all think? Y'all let us know. Why you so upset? Because of Bill?
Who wants to see Goldberg?
I knew you was about to do that. Nobody. Nobody wants to see Goldberg.
Who wants to see Bill? And I don't care about your retirement. You should have been done when you had your match at Survivor Series with Brock Lesnar. That should have been it. After that, you just got on my nerves.
They did have a good match at WrestleMania. But other than that, like...
So we ain't gonna talk about how you almost killed Undertaker in that
was ring. After that.
Exactly. You should have been done after Brock Lesnar. Go home.
You right. But hey, so like and subscribe if you do. Leave a comment too. We gonna see y'all in this one. Poppin' tags. YSL.
I ain't like Bill since you almost killed Taker, bro. I didn't even like Bill before that. He the reason why Bret Hart couldn't wrestle no more.